mean, Almiron is good, whether he's scoring or assisting. I mean, he's the guy who makes everything run. It's just impressive to watch him play, for sure.
I mean, both of us came in here, we were kind of scared because they have players, the Dos Santos brothers, they can all be threatening, but like once we were 2-0 up, we were like, it was not even a question. At halftime, everyone's like, are we going to get a touchdown at this point? Like,
no, it was. It definitely looked like it for sure that we were going to blow them out huge again, but they definitely had the possession early on, Galaxy, and so they had us a little worried, you know?
Yeah. That's what I was talking to someone about this, and I said, this is what we were talking about earlier. We're afraid because LA's got good players, and then we score 3 goals in, 6 minutes or whatever. It's like, all right, fine, cool.
I think maybe it's more about their defense, that it lets them down, and then in turn they can't get back in the game, right?
Yeah. I mean, overall, I think they have really good personnel on the team. Right. I just don't think they know how to play together, for sure. And for Atlanta, all our players just click with each other. Right. But I mean, today you saw that. Regardless of who came in, who went out, it was a team that was playing. Whereas there, they had individuals who were playing, and that was a big difference.
Right. Which is kind of funny when they have a set of brothers on their team, right? And they aren't able to connect. Yeah, go figure, right? Yeah. But,
I mean, I don't know if you know this, but Joseph Martinez is an above-average striker. I don't know if you've noticed that about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's okay at soccer. I don't know.
He's all right.
Yeah, superior thoughts. Yeah.
I mean, I think the big thing about our team has been that everyone wants to play. Yeah. Like today, we saw that about Josef Martinez. A lot of times we were like, when he came out the field, he was upset, and that makes a huge change. That he's like, I'm not gonna just play for 70 minutes, give up my spot for someone else, and that is what this team is made of. Where we are playing a game every 4 days, regardless of which league you play in. Playing a game every 4 days is tough, and these guys have been up for the challenge. We scored right now, the first game we scored 3, 7. It's 14 in the past. Yeah, that's just amazing.
Does being at home and having this level of support have a factor in doing that?
I mean, there is no second guessing in that. That I think Atlanta has just taken to the game, taken to the team, and our atmosphere is one thing that I don't think any MLS team right now wants to come here and play a playoff game at Mercedes-Benz. Absolutely not.
So I was in Germany a couple months ago. I was at Dortmund Stadium, and I was wearing my Atlanta shirt. And they came up to me and said, yeah. And they said, oh, Atlanta United, you have these massive crowds. And I looked at them, I was like, wait, we've been a team for 2 months. You've heard of Atlanta United? And they're like, oh, yeah, the massive crowds. It's a thing. People know that Atlanta United is a big deal in this city. So it's really cool to hear that.
Absolutely. No, it's true. And they're also very well-informed fans. The German fans are very good at that. So we have one little negative today. What did you guys think of the VAR call on Brandon Vasquez? Was it a red?
I mean, I saw it the first time, and the moment the guy, I thought it was going to be a yellow, but I literally looked at them and I was like, it could be a red. And he pulled out the red, and I was like, it was a red. I thought it was a really 19-year-old mistake by him. You don't go in that late. You don't tackle someone like that. But, I think it's one of those things you would rather get it here than get it later on when it could really affect the playoffs. And this might be really, arrogant coming out of us right now, but, we should be battling for the second spot right now, get a first week bye, and I hope this does not affect us in that sense.
I would say, maybe DC United kind of has a thing for us. I know it really sucks. I know it really sucks, but yeah. So exactly.
If we had those 9 points, we'd be up there right now.
We could push Toronto. We had those 9 points.
Our last home game is against Toronto, and we could have pushed them, but those 9 points really hurt us, and prediction, we'll finish top 3 in the league right now. The way we're playing. Yeah.
I like it. You want to predict it too?
I'll take 2 in the East. Yeah.
So you think NYCFC is gonna falter a little bit? You think
they will? I think they will. Plus, with the games we have left, and especially them being at home, I just think the schedule that's just in our favor. Yeah. New York City's a good team, but the schedule is just shaping up really well for us. So.
We have an easier schedule for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 away games left right now. One against Red Bulls. One against New England. When we go, they just had a new coach. Come on. I mean, the only thing I'm worried about that game is out here, like out here it was really scrappy, and I don't want someone to get injured. Like at this point, it's about keeping Almiron, Assad, Martinez, them fit. So come the playoffs, and I will just say this: like Seattle had their run, this is the best like expansion franchise you've ever seen with the fans, with the crowd, and with the stadium. Like, come on.
And well, so when we do play Revolution up there, yeah, I mean there might be some, because there was that talk and banter about, did we run up the score? Was it justified? All that type of stuff, right? Like, what do you guys make of it?
No, I mean, you look at Columbus hosting MLS Cup a couple years ago. It's because they ran up the score in some of their games. So that stuff matters, even if only on the margins. Plus, you can't tell a team that plays in this stadium that plays with that style to not attack. That's just what they do. I don't think it was trying to make New England look bad. I think that's just the only way that Atlanta knows how to play. Though I feel bad for New England. I really do. Like, that's embarrassing. But I don't think Atlanta was trying to embarrass them. So it's just kind of, you have to do it.
It was off of like free kicks as well, and it was off of set pieces.
That last goal was sloppy at the end. It was just, it's wide open. You can't not kick it into the goal.
There's no one you can blame if you lose 2 men in the first half. You can cry about how much the other team ran up the score. Going down to 9 men in like the first 30 minutes, you don't do that. And overall, like ultimately in football, it comes down to goal difference. It comes down to goals scored. Like,
is that a good system?
Yeah. I don't like the head-to-head system, because if it's equal, then you just go for a coin toss. I'm like, come on. You scored more goals over the season, that should count for something than just this. So, yeah.
Because it pushes for more entertaining soccer, football.
I mean, the only thing for me is, if this was in New England and they were beating us, would the New England fans have been like, oh, let's not score another goal?
But that's because you and I are biased about this.
No,
I mean, let's be honest here. Like we're a little biased on that one.
There's always a bias in that question. Yeah. But ultimately, this is a professional game where if you're they could have very well been like, all right, we're not going to attack, just defend. Right. They didn't do that. Right. The last 2 goals were both defensive errors, and I'm like, we didn't, until the 75th minute, I don't think we tried to score in the second half. Right.
I mean, it's not like we were pulling the ball back,
We could have scored 10, 12 goals that game.
Right. Yeah.
For a reason.
Well, and also, let's be fair. Like, it helped that they were playing with 9 men. Like, it was 11 on 9. Like, we played well, but
I mean,
it's not a fair fight.
A free guy wherever we wanted. So, that's always going to happen.
Right. So, final thoughts on this game and in our atmosphere today on a Wednesday. I think we still showed up and turned up.
Yeah. So he and I have talked the past 2 games. The Wednesdays, they kind of start out small. I think people are getting off work. But then they show up, 5 minutes into the game when we got 45,000 people here on a Wednesday. I mean, that's crazy. I don't even know if Seattle does that. I mean, this is unheard of. It's fun to be a part of, for sure.
13 straight sellouts, so.
I mean, the greatest thing right now is when you do the chants, and right now I like this thing going on, that people outside the support sections are trying to start up with their chants, and the entire stadium is just getting at it, and I think that's just beautiful to watch. That some of these people, for someone who's a huge football fan, for me this is amazing to see that this city has taken it to the culture of football, and we have just done so amazing till now. So, and especially for Wednesday games, where I heard people, they're like, oh, these might be the first games we don't sell out, we might not have people, but after the first 5 minutes, you're like, this stadium's full. Yeah. Right. And you see all those club seats, they're all full.
Right. And you barely have any NBA teams out there that could sell out like half the seats, right? So to see like Atlanta United be able to do that and double the capacity of like the Hawks or any other NBA team in the league, that's pretty amazing to do in the middle of the week.
The greatest part right now, the average attendance is about 20,000. Right. We doubled that on a Wednesday. Exactly. That in itself should tell you the story about how Wednesday atmosphere is right now. So, yeah.